Hail to the victors, hail to the conquering heroes, hail to Michigan. Welcome to Still Plays. This is Grand Arena, the first match, final week, season 77. And we begin the week at 35-75, very close to Kyber 1. If we win the week, then, or we go 2-1 for the week, then we will climb into Kyber 1 to finish the season. Last week we went 2-1. We are 3-3 for the season. A winning week will give us a winning record for season 77. I'm going to do a quick little peruse through how the defense performed. Moff Gideon here falling to Cody. A really easy counter, reliable counter for this is Second Sister. I don't even have a good Second Sister. If you have that Kron, it beats the Cody Kron. Wampa versus Jabba failed. Good to know. Sealas falling to Trench. Then he's doing Sir Junda up against Hondo, and then he used a number of teams up against Hondo, and he got stalled out. We were able to beat him pretty easily because of that. This one I lost. This opponent doing pretty good. Tried Afra. The big thing here is this level 6 of the extra offense messes up a lot of Jabba counters. Got to be careful with it. The rest of this is going pretty clean for him. He did a Third Sister up against Stranger. Okay. Well, mine's on defense. It's not like I can use it. Or is it? Is she? Do I have Third Sister? I don't even know where she is. We'll look for it in a second. Nihilus up against Fugitive Kron. Did Great Mother up against Jabba and lost. Then Luke falling to Mace. Wampa falling to Jabba. And I lost to this guy? Did I just... Oh, I got stalled out because I didn't have a solution to Hondo. On my counter to Hondo failed, and the other better counters were on defense. So I actually changed my defense in response. Like my defense held, it did its job, set me up for a potential victory. But I didn't do my work that I need to do on offense. Now this final match, we won. His Vader lost to my Stranger. That's good to know, because that's one of the counters we use. Means my modding's probably decent. And then we got Wampa, Great Mothers, and he just failed and gave up. I played a pretty clean match, so at that point he knew he had no shot. Today's opponent is Generic TV. We got 13.8 million GP, pretty close to me, only 200k more. 355 Zetas though is pretty light, which probably means that his relics are good, because for him to be 200k up on me with 60 fewer Zetas and 20, well, more like 15, 16 fewer Amis. He does have more relics. Here we go. The tier total, though, is pretty good at 1839. That distribution has a good amount of tier 7s. I have a tier 8 advantage. He's beating me by 2 on tier 9, and he has a very healthy 9 tier 10s. And I, of course, have 0 because I'm being stubborn. 6-dot mods, he has fewer than me. Good average on both, and then really good. His modding's excellent. This is excellent modding. Yeah, this is exactly what I like to see. He's completely trouncing me on every metric. He has few 6-dot mods, which what that means is he's being very deliberate about what mods are getting his resources. That's good stuff. He's not being wasteful. Because you can see even like the next guy, this guy's doing a good job too, but compared to what this guy is doing, no, my opponent's got good mods. Datacrons look strong as well. Everybody's being pretty serious about crons in this bracket. Ooh, JML no mods. Interesting. The rest of the modding here looks pretty good. Some of it's not great. Look at this. I'm beating him in a number of characters with modding. His Starkiller should be way better. He doesn't have complete sets on Traya or Qui-Gon or Third Sister. some of it might be because he's trying to get like fast mods on certain characters, because it is interesting to me that his third sister without matching sets is actually faster than mine. So he might be breaking sets so that he can get to certain speeds, but that's not true with Crosshair. That is a slow Crosshair. And yeah, I'm beating him on a lot of characters. Not Balin though. You can see Ami-wise, he's got triples on Dre in Exile, only one on Balin. What other ones do I care about? Nothing on Jar Jar. We got triples on Baudelaire and Bane, and a triple on Cadme, double on Luthen, nothing on Jocasta. Yeah, just kind of all over the place with his Amis. Okay. Let us get into this. I am pretty curious about the quality of the modding here. Drogon was at 302. That's going to get us pretty close. His characters are pretty developed here. Putting in more crystals than I am. And Dre was in the 310s. Drogon's right there. And his final throwing speed character is Baudelaire. At 301 speed, Luke's at 298. That puts him at 71 characters, which is right in line where I am at. I probably have a couple more, like I might be at like 74, 75. But we're pretty similar, which is a little bit of a surprise based on some of the counts we were seeing with the number of 25 plus speed mods he has. I was expecting much better. That's not the advantage that I thought it was going to be, but it's why we look at the roster, because those counts alone, it only gives you a partial picture. Now, we did get some holds. I did look at this before we started recording. We have Qui-Gon here getting a hold with Jocasta and Kelleran. The rest falling in 1. Down below, Cody taking 2. That's why he's there. But like I said, I got a reliable counter to Cody. And then on the back wall, we got Jabba taking 2, and then it looks like Fleet is held with Leviathan standing. Looking good. Okay, so if we clear, we probably win. And what do we got to deal with? Alright, we got Enoch, Chupacron, we got Jabba. I want to see the level 6. Okay, that might mean standard counters work. I think you have to have the offense. I think the offense is what does it. And then I think other things will work up against it. Hu Ying with Hera, I have not seen. Okay. Alright, Rey, Exile. And then we got the Stranger. Down below we are looking at Ahsoka, Balin, Palpatine. Alright, Luke and Hondo. Alright, let's start down here. This is why I brought Stranger off of defense. I want a guarantee up against this. And where are we at? Oh, nuts. I have presets. I need to update my presets. Although they do take this down pretty quick. And I did have to clean this up last round. Hopefully we won't have to do that again, but honestly, probably will. Alright, goodbye. Can we get a stun? Perfect. That avoids the captive for a minute. Alright, let's dispel. Guess that didn't do anything. Okay, this is where I feel like I messed up last time. Do I want to put Fracture on? I think I want to put Fracture on Vayne. I think I had specials available last time, and I did a special instead of doing fracture. And I do think that is why I didn't win. Because Vayne just wrecked me. I did take out somebody. That was awesome. Okay, let's start adding bleeds. Okay. Oh, I need to be attacking Hondo. Yeah, let's drop it. Is this bringing back Vayne? Okay. I can't remember if we had revive prevention in this kit or not. It's too new for me to remember anything. This is not going great. Is this evadable? I didn't even want to click, but my sneeze got in the way. Alright. Perfect. Alright. Can I just auto and be done with it? So this will simplify things. I think. Ray... Well, that Ray's gonna be a little easier, right? How have I been fighting Ray lately? And I have Balin, right? Can I need to think about this. We've got options. This is a good start. But we have Ahsoka with Exile, and I think I can Balin that. I want to double check that I can Balin it. Then we can SLKR the Balin. I don't remember what I've been doing up against Palpatine. That'll allow me to do Leia up against Rey, but this is going to be an easier Rey, or it should be. We have Lord Vader up against Star Killer, Jabba. I'm hoping we got multiple options there. Let's just start knocking some of these off. I'm hoping this works too. Sometimes this doesn't do it. What do we want? Oh, I want the turn meter one, not that one. This one. This is what we've been using. I need to get a haircut. When I shave, like this haircut does not work with a clean shave, and we're a couple days away from a clean shave. This haircut works with being unkempt. This is an unkempt person's haircut. And now that I've shaved, I've become hyper aware of it. Okay, come on. Don't like this. This is gonna hurt. That's just terrible. Okay, I don't think we're winning this. Because this means I'm probably not going to get Order 66 over to where I want it to be. Yeah, we're so dead. No. No. Yep. Don't like that. I thought I was concerned about that. We gotta look into this. That was such a disaster. All the other choices are way worse. We might just be losing this match because I'm not going to be able to get through this. Like, this Inquisitor counter is not. I'm going to have to check my history again, see how... Well, I guess my opponent was going up against, like, a 4-star Maul, which is probably part of why his Inquisitors were able to beat mine. We're going to focus on the rest of the board and come back to this. We'll try and keep, like, Bane and a couple things, but we might be stuck. What I think we're going to have to do is down here. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing Balin because Exile's there. We're going to stick with... No, we're not... No. I'm just going to have to use Bane there. It might be a C-Bane situation. Alright. Because I have to use Leia here. I don't really care. Start with that first. Whatever. Sure, whatever. Alright, what do we got? We are pulling away. We got our stun. Let's force the taunt, or tauntish. Starting the ambush progress. Get a little hit over on Kenobi. I was expecting more damage, whatever. Okay, we'll take the hits. There's ambush. Okay, stun on Kenobi. Can we get a stun on Swallow? Yeah, perfect. Alright. Let's get our stuns back on the field. Let's start stacking stats. And there's our ambush. Can we still didn't trigger the damage immunity though. There's the damage immunity trigger. Okay, everybody's had damage immunity triggered. Let's get our attacks focused on Leia. Taking the hit. Focusing over on Rey. Oh wait, she's got too much turn meter. We're not going to get it. Maybe we will. Come on, Rey now. Do it. Okay, that's good. I think I can just Night Troopers this. This is what I want to do. Ooh, that's not what's his face. That was Zerg. Fix that in a second. Where's Judge Death? This does not work with that offense cron that I was talking about. Alright, we gotta do a basic. We gotta get more blight that we can inflict. But this will start getting higher and higher pretty fast because of the cron. As you can see, we've got 10 stacks on Leia already. Right, we can inflict a good amount on Chrysanthemum right now. Ten's not enough to do anything. I'm just gonna take a bite to use a special. Leia's gonna go down in her next turn from the... Actually, this AoE is gonna do it. Awesome. I wish I had the bite right there. Okay. Let's inflict another 16 onto Jabba, and we'll be able to take a bite. Alright, she's never gonna last till the next turn. Awesome. See, that wouldn't have worked with the other Kron. Would have stopped it. But because he didn't have a Kron I was worried about, we were able to use a cheaper counter. And it retained JMK for other things. There's something I want to try. I don't know. I want to try something. This is kind of a dumb thing that we're about to try. My opponent beat this, or not my opponent. One of my opponent's opponents in his history did this, and we're gonna try it out. Where are you? So they were able to use Hux. They used the Wampacron. So they're getting that extra offense, that extra crit damage, and that extra armor penetration. Everything else looks similar. But this is really going to mess me up for like Balin and some other things. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we already messed it up. I clearly needed to watch a video or something to understand what is going on here. What do we want? Yeah, I think shock is pretty valuable in this scenario. Oh, jeez. Did you just be nice? I don't know why. I feel like I should have basics or something. Do I want to mass assist or do I want to swap? Whose turn is next? I think we're going to go here. Okay. Okay. Alright, I don't understand anything that just happened, but it worked. So we're alive. We are alive. I'll take it. All right. I'm not worried about those other two teams. This puts me in a situation, though, where I do not know how we're taking out Balin. Ahsoka. So I think what I have to do here is Seabane. This is why I'm concerned. We're not messing around. We're not messing around with GLs. We'll do, what do we want? Let's start with turn meter. That's a good one. You know what? There's probably a better one that we have of these that's a little bit more developed. Right. Get some extra stats. Yeah, this one's better. Looks for offense, health, and crit chance. Sure. All right, clear the foresight. Do I have a preference for who I link? Because we can't take him out. Who? I feel like Sabine's gonna take more turns. And she's the damage dealer. Okay, let's start siphoning. Basic. Alright, we got, what is it, Deceived? Yeah, Deceived. Deceived is on everybody. We have our ultimate. We can clear some buffs with it though. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll throw a well, hopefully we'll get a shock onto Exile soon, because that's an shock? Yeah, siphon. There we go. There's my shock. Because he's a Jedi, the shocks are going to do plenty of damage. And there we go. Auto. Did the boys start this week? Because there's so... you know, we were in the desert for a little bit. There's a ton of stuff right now. Like, Invincible's going on. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of Invincible. Really liked the Omni-Man backstory. That was a fantastic episode. But I haven't done Daredevil yet. What was the other big one we got? Oh, Small Shadow Lord. That's relevant to this channel, where we talk about a Star Wars game. If you weren't following along with the logic. Do I need... Alright, what do we got going on here? We got some hits. Okay. Booms. Now the problem is Balin. How are we doing this? I think my best option is Sirjunda. So that's how we're playing it. Go Darkside Kron. No. No. Dark side gain turn. No. I think we go with this. Get some buffs. Alright, what's gonna happen here? Okay, we're countering, taking the hits. Maul's turn's coming up. I don't have the ability I wanted. Can I ignore it? No. Alright, we'll let him counter. I love this team so much. countering. Ooh. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, fine. You're forcing a taunt now. Now you're being annoying. All right, we'll dispel. Okay. Ooh, we're at 5 stacks. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Now the next conundrum. Palpatine Vader. Relic 7s, 2 Amis. And you know what we got? We got JMK. We don't have to worry about it. Though we would have had to consider like maybe a Maz Kanata counter. Oh, you know what I'm worried about? Nobody got to this guy's back wall last week. What's back there? You know what? Whatever's back there, it's not. You know what? It could. This is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about Cadme, but we can check his offense, see if he uses Cadme on offense. Because if he has Cadme with those characters at Relic 9, which he probably does, then we can't use a cheaper counter. But we're going to investigate this, because Cadme could stop me. He's using Cadme on offense. Alright. I don't care then. We will go with this. Looks like the extra one doesn't matter. Oh wait, no, that's too valuable. No. We'll do the extra stats. I don't like any of those. Do I just take out Palpatine right away? So we can't take out... It seems like the choice. Maybe we should take... she's gonna be stealthed. Okay. So we got ability block. We're taking turns. We can healing immunity again. Cleanse. I'm gonna put damage immunity on Kenobi. Alt. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, easy. Now Luke. We've only faced Luke a couple times. Did we face him last week? I don't remember. Okay, Luke. Oh, you know what? We could use Melgus. It's just Melgus is a counter for so many things. But it looks like we can just use Darth Robin, so we're gonna use Darth Robin. And we'll grab one of these, sure. Would I rather give a dark side crown? I think kinda. Let's do that. I like the turn meter here. Fear him up. I'm gonna basic. Throw a shred on Han. The AoE though will trigger this death mark. Perfect. What do you got for me back there? Oh my god. Satel? Satel's a problem. See, this is why I was hoping to know what was back here. Oh, it looks like Inquisitors handle it. Let's do Inquisitors. Well, let's make sure this comp. It's like 70%. 70% makes me want to think, okay. Just want to make sure we don't paint ourselves into a corner, because we also have to deal... Okay, I can use Melgus with a mace. This is why we wanted to save Melgus. Second sister... I don't remember what we did before. I faced it before, we were fine. Tarkin, we've got options. We still have like Bo-Katan and stuff. And then Zuckuss. Gotta think about. But really AoEs are gonna mess up Zuckuss, so that's something to consider. And then we have Enoch with a Night Trooper Kron that we need to be careful with. Let's see. Yeah, and he has the right abilities at level 6. Hu Yang, what do you got? Okay. We're going to start taking things off the board. I think in the ways that we know how we're going to deal. And one of those, it's going to be Mace. This is going to be Melgus. Melgus, Malik. We're going to undersize it. Sometimes we'll bring in Fallen, but she just dies. She's not even really contributing, so why do it? Okay, what do we got? Taking the hits. Clear the foresight. Take that hit. Take that hit. Alright, now hopefully we can... Alright. Drop... Oh my god, man. It happens... Oh, does he have like a ton of extra evasion with this garbage? I didn't have blind that time. Now I have blind. Okay. Boom, finally. Alright, we're good from here. Alright, we got all that. Drain. And we've got Dark Deception ready. This will knock her out. An auto. Good. What are you making sounds for? Tarkin, man. Does Wampa always beat Tarkin? I can't remember. Because Wampa doesn't have his Kron no more. Alright, it appears, I think... What do we... Remnants. I believe I can do this. And we have a nice, strong Remnant Kron. And I wasn't going to use this team anyway, so this looks great. Pull the turn meter away before he even gets going. We can stagger him. Still controlling Zuckuss and everybody else. Do I want to... I'm going to hit that stagger with the AoE. Awesome. Alright, let's auto. We're done. Just leaves this Tarkin problem. But there's so many ways to deal with Tarkin. But he needs to be respected. And I keep calling her second sister because she doesn't have a mask. Barriss, Inquisitor Barriss. She's not even second sister. Seventh sister is the one without the mask. Second sister's right there. Alright, I think I got a plan of attack. We're gonna do Sith here. We're gonna do Nihilus. I want to use the... We're doing the Kron, so let's use the Kron. Okay, let's throw pain everywhere. Who would I want to isolate? Like, am I trying to prevent the taunt, or am I trying to prevent other stuff? I feel like I want to prevent the taunt. So we're isolating there. Increase the cooldowns. We'll hit the pain. I don't need to recover anything right now. I think I have an Annihilate ready. Nope. Hatred. We can save the pain. Now we should have the Annihilate. Take her out. I mean, from here we can auto, but I would like to focus on second if I can. We're saving the Annihilate for 9th. There we go. Done. And it still retains 2 teams that I wanted for Satel. Both of which I'm not confident on. Alright, let's do Tarkin. You know what? gonna do Rogue 1 here. This one, right? What kind of light side action do we have? I think I want this max health damage. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, we're taking the hit. We're saving the swap. Alright, we have a daze, so the swap is actually not a good choice right now. I mean, basic AoE. Just take Cass out, man. Alright, swapping now. I do think I'd rather stun target. We didn't get anything. Okay. I'm gonna hold on for a second. Are you? I didn't think there was any risk of me dying. That's why I did that. And then, of course. Oh my god. It's the dumbest team to lose like that up against. Alright, we're gonna come back to that. We're taking care of the front wall. I gotta determine what I still need. I think I can just CLS this, right? Can I just ignore this team with a... Oh, CLS is on defense. I bet the news is... Yeah, let's just do something. I know... Gungans... You know what? No, I'd rather do something fun. Let's just use the new Rebel team. You... And I don't have the right cron. I ran out of resources. We can use the level... The Han. We can use the Han portion. Which isn't even the portion that matters. But this, I think, is more about the fact that I don't think I need to be concerned about this team. This team's gonna lose. Dispel all buffs. Rally. Okay. Terrible. Like it's gonna fall apart now. Is that... What is... Okay. Great. Perfect. Awesome. That was more fun. And this, I think my plan was Baudelaire, right? You know what? Looks like Great Mother's a nice option here. Although, is it because it's a Great Mother with a Kron? Let's see here, Dark Side, what do we got? It's all terrible. This is all junk. Hitting Enoch, blessing Morgan. Okay. Enoch's almost down. Down. Perfect. I think Night Trooper is the better one to prioritize. So dooming Night Trooper. Awesome. Okay, we're good. And the reason I did this is because the other option I was considering was Baudelaire. And Baudelaire is going to be a good option up against Tarkin. And then we can just throw whatever we got left at Satel. But there was a couple options that were interesting with Satel. One was Inquisitors. The way we beat it last time I faced it was some randomness with JML, which I don't expect to ever happen again. Oh, and actually, you know what? I was keeping Great Mother for Satel, too. That was actually one of the teams I didn't want to use. I'm just hoping we can pick it apart. Alright. You know what, though? Now, Baudelaire is like a 40% chance. We don't need to retain Baudelaire. Oh, wait, are you any of you mercenaries? No. Or would I rather Paz? Or not Paz, Beskar. Alright, let's dispel. Cleansing. Awesome. Drop the shred. She never assists. It's never her. Because why would I want to dispel? Okay. Drop another shred. We got 2. Call in the assist. And we dispel. And we're targeting. Okay. Alright, now we got bodies we can throw. Let's start with Inquisitors. That's not the slots I want you in. Here we go. Wait, have I not used Balin yet? Well, let's do this first. Okay, 'cause she beats Balin, it doesn't matter. have been using Balin up against other teams this whole time. This is all junk. God, I gotta re-roll these. Alright, dropping a Torture over on Revan. AoE, beautiful. I think I'm gonna AoE. There was already ability, but I guess it's turn meter removal, which is valuable. He's triple Amis, Relic 9. Okay. I'm a little surprised that this is a 74% win rate. This feels like a 100% win rate. I don't... Maybe people are wasting the Torture on her instead of going for the sides. That was so decisive that... I don't know, I'm a little surprised. Maybe that one was a little slow. And the rest of this is easy. We can use my strong counter here. We can use the profundity. We don't need to worry about it. Yeah, we got to win. Yeah, so B-Wing's out. They do their opening. We hit Biggs. Right. Good. And from here, nothing matters. Because nothing mattered ever. This is a strong counter. Although, you know what, I probably should not let the computer does some dumb stuff. Like, why isn't this over yet? Like, I don't like any of the choices the auto is making. Nope. Okay. Which puts me with what? It's not even a real Empire team. Okay, I know what we're doing. Okay, we'll just do negotiator here. Because there's a very easy way to counter Radis at this stage. Yeah, the big thing here is you focus on the scythe. Once the scythe is gone, all the other mechanics stop working and none of it matters. I am going to stealth right now though, because I don't want to lose Anakin just in case. heal up. Turns. It looks like we'll attack over here because they had foresight. Boom, over. I'm shocked to see this team on defense. Not even Chimera, the fact that they did Chimera Scythe, because like that is a negotiator counter. I think it's a really bad one, but it is technically a negotiator counter. But it needs to be played a very particular way that the computer's not going to play it. Okay. Alright. Let's target the fortress. We got our turn. We're bringing out the defender. We will stun. Land target lock. And we get rid of all of it. All those buffs gone. And I'm going to heal. Awesome. Awesome, and now the comeuppance is going to come out and do nothing. Because there's not enough ships to do damage. Is that a banner? Yeah, that might have. That was a little bit of health on Vader. That might give us a banner. All right, there's a win. Even if he were somehow to come back and do the Leviathan, he's not going to beat me in banners. Because we only got held up twice, and we held him up, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. So good start to the week. But tough. There's a lot tough there. A couple things didn't work the way that I wanted. Some other things weren't great. We learned a few things. I'm pretty happy about this match. And now we got so much conquest stuff to do. Datacrons, everything. All the stuff that we used to do here on a regular basis, and it's been a terrible start to the year for the Still Plays channel. We're going to work to rectify that. But until then, this Still Plays. Be excellent to each other, everybody.